All right, let's go. We are done. All right, hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm actually headed to work. Just finished getting ready, but I figured I would take you guys along on a day in the life of what I do as a pharmacist. I haven't really talked about that, but I'm a hospital pharmacist. I work both days and nights, so I figured I'd take you guys along, see what I do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, we're rolling. So it's 5:43 p.m. currently. I just left my house about 10 minutes ago. I typically start getting ready around 4. My shift starts at 7. It's a 12-hour shift. It's my weekend on. I have a weird schedule. It's like a 2 on, 2 off, and every other weekend. And it's my weekend on right now, so I'm working Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I work for a very large hospital. It's one of the big trauma hospitals in Southern California. So it can be a very busy shift. It depends on the season and the day. Today's Saturday, so it's a hit or miss. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes today. But a night shift, it's a little bit harder. The dynamics are different just because we have less people. But for a trauma center, we do have a lot of pharmacists, which is not normal for most hospitals. Usually in most hospitals you only have 1 or 2 pharmacists and 1 tech, but in this case we have around 7 to 8 pharmacists, depends on the night and if anyone's training, and we have about 7 to 8 techs as well. So it doesn't feel like a night shift just because there's so many people in the pharmacy, and that's usually that's quite unusual for a hospital. All right, there's some traffic right now, which is typical for LA, but I figured I would share what my night's gonna look like to give you an idea of what the next 12-hour is gonna look like. So it's 6 o'clock, my shift starts in about an hour. I come in, clean my station, and automatically right away I check the queue to see if day shift team did their job, or depending how busy it was, if the queue is long, and if it's short, then cool, great, and it's good start to the night. But typically I would look at my specific orders, if I need to verify it right away so that the nurse can give it to the patient. But once we come in, we go to all our stations. So we have a ED pharmacist who is in charge of all the ED orders. They're specifically in the emergency department, so if there's any code or traumas, they're readily available at bedside. And then on the floors, at night, there's no one there, so everyone's in the main pharmacy. There's about 4 of us. We have a specific ICU pharmacist who takes care of the trauma ICU, medical ICU, neuro ICU, anything ICU related, the higher acuity patients. They take care of those floors. You have the NICU and pediatric pharmacist who takes care of the newborn babies and the kids. Anyone who's less than 18 years old, they can take care of that floor. And you have the anticoagulation pharmacist who specifically monitors the heparin per pharmacy and anything that's warfarin related, DOAC related, anything that's anticoagulation, they take care of that. They also take care of the IV room, anything that's compounded for the night, they check it off. Typically they're supposed to be in there, but imagine being in a freezer for 12 hours, it's pretty hard and it gets really cold, especially at night. So they stay outside and just go in if any medication needs to be verified or any visual inspections that need to be made, they go in. And then you have the last pharmacist, which is my shift tonight. It's more of the med-surg floor. That's the lower acuity, it's a step down unit. They still need monitoring, but not as close as the ICU patients. And that's kind of my job. I take care of all those orders, as well as the crash cards, making sure they're all up to date. I'll try to show a video of what those are later on. I also help out with the heparin pharmacists if they're on lunch. I check the IVs for them, and I cover for them when they're not away from their desk or just not available. So we kind of work together. What else is there? The technicians. The technicians have their roles also. We have an IV tech. We have a tech that does deliveries throughout the night. We have a tech that fills the talus, which is like a big robot where they store medications and dispense it accordingly. And then you just have a designated tech who helps with the phones and just overall needs the pharmacy and helps out with the pharmacist. So there's about like 10 of us who work at night, which is kind of nice. Most hospitals usually only have 1 or 2 pharmacists and 1 tech, which can be very stressful, and it makes the night not as smooth if you have less pharmacists or less staff. But in this case, like I said, I work for a big trauma center, so we have a lot of staff at night, which is nice. But yeah, that's a typical day or a typical night of what to expect. And so yeah, I'll show you bits and pieces throughout the night. All right, so we made it in about 30 minutes. We're here now. Oh, typical, there'd be ambulances. I like to come early. I'm not Filipino time, so coming 40-30 minutes early to work actually helps me start my day. It relieves some of the stress and prepares me for anything that can happen. All right, let's go. So I usually park on the 2nd floor just so it can get out faster in the morning. But sometimes I park on the 3rd floor just because that's where the bridge is to get to the hospital. All right, that's good. All right, so we are finally here, 6:18. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. Let's turn this off. I put my sun shield covers on just because when I come out for lunch, I typically either take a nap, but I don't want people to see me, so I put them on. Oop, sorry. Cool. All right, so we're here. I'll catch you guys later. I'll show you what I do throughout the night. I'll see you out here for lunch. Peace. All right, so it is 4:20. I'm on my lunch break. Tonight's been a chill night so far, but it's making the 12-hour shift feel longer. Sometimes when it's busy, it makes it feel shorter, so just depends on the night. But yeah, I usually come to my car and get some fresh air. If I'm really tired, I'll take a 45-minute nap before I head back. But today, it's actually a short day. Instead of 12, it's only 11 and a half hours. So we get off at 6:30 instead of our usual 7 a.m. It doesn't really make a big difference, but it's a weekend, so the hours are a little different. tomorrow will be a full 12, so it'll definitely feel longer. But today, short day, Saturday, no traffic. Actually, it's Sunday morning now. See, I lose track of my days. So I'll get home in about 20 minutes, so not too bad. So I'll see you back in an hour. Peace. So I just dropped my DJI mic mini. That's what happened when you work nights. All right, let's go. We are done. 12-hour shift. Best part of my day. All right, y'all. So thank you for spending the night with me. I think I'm gonna go home. So let's go. All right. Okay. So I just got home. That concludes my 12-hour shift. Pretty tired. So I think I'm gonna call it a night or day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.